It's time for the Doug Garrison Show. This week, Doug learns about workshops sponsored by the City of Marquette Arts and Culture Center featuring things like writing, drawing, jewelry making, music, bricolage. What? You don't know what that is? Doug doesn't either, but he's gonna find out. So stick around. The Doug Garrison Show starts right now. Thumbs up! Thumbs up!
Tell the host 2 minutes. Stand by live to tape. Lighting to show level, please. Confirm front of house sound PFL. Roll tape on masters to all the places. Alright, let's clear the set. Cue John music, open stage mics, standby effects, standby CG. Standby to open on 3, 2. Alright folks, let's have a good show. Stand by, roll it in.
Welcome to the Doug Garrison Show. Thanks for joining us at home on Charter Channel 12 and Fox UP. This is one of the greatest half hours in television. Well, at least it's a half hour of television. On previous shows, we've been talking about things that you can do to make your winter go by a little faster, in case you're not involved in many of the outdoor activities that people are. And we've got a great example of some things for you tonight. We're working with the City of Marquette Arts and Culture Center. They've got a series of winter and spring workshops taking place for all sorts of different activities. What you might find if you get involved is that you have some artistic or creative talent that you didn't know you had. What I encourage you is you go to the Marquette City website, which is mqtcty.org. Check out the full schedule of events, or stick around for the next half hour. We've selected a few that we think you might be interested in. Some are fairly common, some you may not have heard of. But stick around and you'll find out something you might not have known. We'll be right back.
Take a look at your car. Now take a look at your car payment. Come on inside Riverside of Marquette. Check out these cars and these prices.
Nissan Rogue. For these roads, you bet. At this price, heck yeah.
Toyota RAV4, $229 a month, I'd say it's time to lease. Honda CR-V and Accord, with all these zeros, $310 and $299 a month. Hey, can I buy one of these? I need a salesman.
You are a salesman. And your old car, we'll pay you a fair price for it. Riverside Auto of Marquette, where you never have to drive for a better price.
At Bell, we understand how important your family's health is. After all, we have families too. We know that sometimes it takes more than a kiss from Mom or her chicken soup to make you all better. Bell Medical's family physicians treat you as if you were part of our family. Our families treating your family. Family practice.
Okay, thanks for joining us, sticking with us here. As I mentioned previously, we're trying to do shows this year that give you some idea of things that you can do during these winter months. If you're not a great outdoor adventurist, we have some things that might bring you inside, some other things that take you outside too. But with us right now is Tina Harris, who's the Community Services Manager from the Marquette Arts and Culture Center. Thanks for joining us. I did pronounce your name. It's Tina, right? It's got 2 I's. It's not supposed to be Tina, is it? Is it just Tina?
No, a lot of Finno-Ugric people in the UP. Yeah. Estonians, Finns, Tina.
Tina,
yeah,
okay,
perfect.
We'll go with Tina. Well, thanks for joining us. You're here to talk about a lot of these programs that you have going now and a lot of workshops. And just to let people know, we have some people sitting behind us here. These are some of your workshop coaches, trainers, what do you call them?
Instructors.
Instructors.
So we're premiering a new workshop series, winter-spring workshop series, with a lot of new instructors that people have not met before. Many of them have not taught at the Arts and Culture Center before, and many of them are in very diverse disciplines. So very excited to have these new exciting teachers with us.
Well, one thing I've found in doing this show, we have a lot of very talented, artistic, creative people in this community. It's cool that you've been able to identify some of them and get them to come in and do some teaching of these things. And like you said, very diverse. We're going to hear about some things tonight that I'm not even familiar with. I don't even know the meaning of some of these words. So hopefully we're going to learn something from this. I did want to mention you've got your program that people can find if they want to find your program, or they can go online and visit the city website. But the illustration was done by one of our guests that we're going to talk to later tonight. You also got some other things coming up. You've got a city open house that's going to be happening soon.
Yeah, we have an annual city open house this coming Tuesday, February 5th from 4 to 7. And that's a chance for community members to learn about who are the people that work behind those buildings and those offices in your city.
Yeah.
You know, get to know who we are, get to know how your city works, the different projects that we're involved in, and also come and visit the City of Marquette Community Services Arts and Culture Division, which is a city division located in the lower level of the library. So, you know, the City Arts and Culture Center is the community arts center, and we want people to get involved and take classes there. So it's a great opportunity not only for the open house, but to come actually see a division within the city.
I think it's important to point out too, to reinforce that you're in the lower level of the library, but that is a city operation there. It's not the library, but there's so much stuff going on there. But you also have meetings, monthly meetings that people can attend.
Yeah, all of these programs, I'm advised by an arts and culture committee, and that's a city committee. We meet every first Wednesday of the month at 5:30, and anyone can come to those meetings. If you want to see something with arts and culture a different way, you want to bring someone to Marquette, you have an opinion, a point of view, come share it with us. We want to hear. It's your Arts and Culture Center. And you know, one of the decisions they made in the fall was to let's amp up our programs. Let's get really strong core curriculum, drawing, painting, so people can come to the Arts Center and develop skills. So that's what we've done. We've amped up our program, incredible teachers, great quality classes. So please come participate.
Absolutely. Okay, once again, we're going to go over some of the workshops that are going to be taking place, but there's a whole list of them. We're not going to go over all of them tonight. You can find out more information on the city website, which is mqtcty.org. There's the city open house next Tuesday the 5th from 4 to 7 downstairs in the library at your Arts and Culture Center, and monthly meetings that people can check out.
Yes.
You're inviting the people in. I think that's great.
Get involved.
Okay, Tina, we're not going to lose you here, but we're going to talk to some of these instructors. So stick around. We'll be right back.
A typical week of training for me is about 120 miles a week. In 2010, I had a meniscus tear after the Twin Cities Marathon. And so when I had my injury, I didn't have a second thought of where to go. I knew Advanced Center for Orthopedics, the doctors there, a lot of them are affiliated with sports. I knew that I was in the right hands. Advanced Center for Orthopedics got me back to my passion, and I recommend them highly.
The Doug Garrison Show is brought to you in part by Iron Bay Computer and Design. Iron Bay gives you the quality and service you demand. And by Jons Auto, voted the Reader's Choice #1 source for a used vehicle in Marquette County 7 times. No fancy slogans, just a lot of satisfied customers at Jons Auto, 1004 West Washington. All right, first with us here are returning champions, the Limbergs, Kelly and Jason. Thanks for joining us. A couple of artists. You happen to be married to each other, but you both have artistic talents. Is that something that drew you to each other?
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, I think so, definitely from the start.
It works out good. And I think looking at the schedule with some of the workshops you're doing, you're going to be there at the same time doing different workshops, though. Kelly, you're a jewelry designer, and it's called resin jewelry. First of all, tell us, what is resin jewelry?
Resin jewelry is basically a 2-part epoxy that you mix together, and then it hardens over time, and you can add pigments to it, and you can put shells and pieces of, you could even put pictures in it or pieces of fabric, so you can kind of do whatever you want.
It sounds then, we're used to jewelry with metals, gold and silver and all those. It's different than that, obviously, a little simpler?
Yeah, a little simpler. It's kind of, once you get it down, you can pretty much make a lot of different things with it. So.
Would it be less expensive than working with more precious metals too?
Yeah, I would definitely say so. There's some cost of just buying the initial materials, but after that, it's pretty inexpensive.
Yeah, because we're just dealing with the epoxy or the resin that absorbs the products, so to speak. It looks like something that I could do. Because you basically can design whatever you want. In other words, if you have a favorite, maybe even a small photo or a gemstone or something, you can use the resin jewelry to capture that and save it forever as a piece of jewelry.
Right, and you can also buy molds so that you can pour the resin into the mold and it makes the shape that you want. So you don't even have to do that. It already kind of comes pre-shaped for you if you need to. Yeah.
Well, you've brought some of your pieces here that we can take a look at here. Why don't you hold up one that's your favorite? And this one here is kind of cool. I think that kind of really shows what we're talking about. Hold it for the camera there. There you go.
This one just has some sticks that I had dried out and put in here. And so really I left it clear so you can see through, and you could put it on a bezel, or you could just drill some holes and add it as a bracelet. So you can make it into a lot of different types of jewelry.
I think that's a great example of what you're doing there. Just some things that you picked up off the ground, you turn it into a piece of jewelry. Now, when you're doing these workshops and telling people how to do this, do you find that you have people coming in there with no artistic talent and they're able to pick this up, or do you like to work with people that already have some creative thoughts in their minds?
Yeah, I'll have some people come in that have things that they're ready to, they know exactly what they want to make, and other people that will just be like, they don't know anything about it and learning for the first time. So definitely a variety of levels. With
the workshops you're doing, and the dates on your workshop are Saturday, April 20th and April 27th, 2 sessions.
Yep.
Do people need to bring anything to these sessions?
If they wanted to bring a little photo or something to put in the resin, or little pieces of fabric or beads, they can do that. Other than that, they don't need to, but I'll provide everything else.
Okay, great. That sounds like it's going to be fun. It's something that, obviously, when they get done, they're going to walk out with a piece of jewelry?
Yeah, several pieces. So.
Well, that's great. That would have been great for Christmas. I was looking for something for my wife. Jason, let's turn to you for a minute. You're into pen and pencil drawing, and you're doing a couple different workshops. One's ballpoint pen, one is pencils for teens. And when I first thought of this, I thought, hey, I can do that. I can certainly draw with pencils and pens, but then I see what you've done and I realize, no, that's a little bit out of my league. How did you get started in this?
I've always been drawing the drawing.
That's a little pun. Thank you. That's good. You're supposed to laugh at that. Okay. All right. Okay.
It's always something I've liked, and I decided just to kind of pursue it. I've tried other mediums like, say, painting, stuff like that, but none have really resonated with me. I really like the feel of a pencil or a pen and the directness and rawness of it. So
we have an example of some of your work here. I'm going to hold one of these up here. It's kind of cool. You can really see the kind of work that Jason does. And this was used, what just a pencil here or a pen?
Just a regular ballpoint pen.
Regular ballpoint pen.
And this is what I'd be teaching the class with, is something like this. Making fine, nice artwork with something like this that you take notes to go to the grocery store with, you know, and just really learning how to make subtle shifts in tones and darkness, and also mapping things out.
So again, something that doesn't require a lot of initial expense for equipment and things like that. And we've got a big drawing that you have back here behind us. We can possibly take a look at. That's one that you're still working on. It's not done yet.
Yeah, that's one that I'm in the process of working on right now. Okay. Some areas are a little bit more developed than others and stuff, like the front of the beak and stuff. But that's a little bit more developed, and it's just really layering tones upon tones on each other. So, and the awesome thing about working with something like ballpoint is that it gives you the confidence as a drawer. So all these drawings I do, I don't map them out with a pencil or anything. I just go right into it with a pen, and it gives you the confidence to do that.
Well, that's an interesting answer to the question of how I was going to ask, how do you teach it? And that's one of the things. You just go with the white paper and go.
Yeah, it's just a matter of really learning how to get soft points, really dark points, and then just also seeing what your eye sees and really mapping everything out. So,
do you find that people discover some artistic talent that they didn't know they had once they try this?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if somebody's willing to put the time in, they're going to find some talent, and it's all pertains to what they're interested in, really.
Yeah. Well, your workshops start Saturday, in fact, every Saturday, the 2nd of February through March 9th for the ballpoint pen. You're also going to work with teens. You've got a color pencils for teens workshop. Also Saturday, April 20th and 27th, same time. Kelly's going to be there with her resin jewelry. If you were to try to sell this workshop to a teen, what would you say to him?
It's going to be really awesome. I mean, I'm going to pertain it to whatever the teen is interested in, and then really dive into whatever subject matter they want, whether it's like comic book or animal or portrait or something like that. We're going to kind of develop it to that and really figure out the colors that you'd use to make a very strong piece of work. And you're going to walk away, same like with her, you're going to walk away with Julia, you're going to walk away with a really nice piece of artwork, and the same with the ballpoint.
Yeah, and to point out, it's not just, you're not just going to walk away with a drawing or a piece of jewelry. You're going to walk away with the knowledge of how to continue to do this on your own. Obviously, they can do that at home once they learn how to do it.
Exactly.
Now, all these workshops have a cost. They're all different costs because some are 1-2 times only, some are every Saturday for a while. So check that out on the website, mqtcty.org, and that's how you get more information to sign up for the workshops and what they cost and what's involved. Jason and Kelly, thank you so much. I'm sure people are going to enjoy your workshops and have a good time yourself with those.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, stick around. When we come back, bricolage. We'll see if you know what that means. Okay. All right.
What happened to small business in this country? Corporate America came along and brainwashed us into thinking big business was best. Their greed put a lot of small artisans out of work, and along the way, personal service was trampled on. Attention to detail, customer satisfaction, gone. It's not too late for a consumer to expect more. Small businesses that feel like you do are just around the corner. Do you want a kitchen out of a box? Or a kitchen that was designed by neighbors that craft their reputation, one kitchen, one cabinet at a time? Craftsmen who still do it the American way, who take pride in a job well done. Schwalbach Kitchens has been installing American-made cabinets into homes since 1978. Kitchens with a hard-working American personality. We have the know-how to take your vision from paper and turn it into a beautiful living space. Reinvigorate your expectations with a visit to the Schwalbach Showroom on North 3rd Street, Marquette.
Okay, next up on our parade of instructors is Kathleen Heideman. Thanks for joining us. You're going to do 2 different workshops, and one is called Nature Journaling, which we're going to talk about in a minute. The first one is called Bricolage. And this is the first time I've ever seen this word, so I don't know what bricolage is at all.
It refers to collage that's not limited by a predefined set of materials to use. So I think it's similar to scrapbooking, where people collage with scrapbook, except there you're working with pre-printed images, papers that are all already adorned. So here you could use anything from the insides when you turn them out inside out of like an old envelope and you get that great security pattern, or pattern pieces from making fabric. Anything goes.
Is this become dimensional then, or is it kind of a flat draw, ends up like a flat illustration, or is it have dimension?
You can do either with bricolage as a way of working. It's just sort of collage and the kitchen sink together. But I'm going to make Valentines with the students, and so it will be sort of three-dimensional in that the bricolage Valentine will open like a book, and there'll be a little spine, a very simple book form, and then there'll be like a secret pocket inside. So it'll be kind of old and new Valentines coming together.
Well, I like that. In fact, that's very timely. Your workshop is this Saturday.
Yes.
This Saturday, which is timely for Valentine's Day, and for those of us who struggle with Valentine's gifts, or cards or whatever, this sounds pretty cool because the women always say, gee, I would love it if you gave me something that you actually made yourself.
Exactly. A handmade card would be so nice. It would mean so much. And this would be about the price of like just going out to dinner with your partner. Right. So you could come and do Valentines for each other.
Yeah, and it doesn't, and I said women like that, obviously men like that as well. This something that someone put some thought into.
Yep.
And this reminds me a little bit of that, there are those trees down in Harlow Park, and I'm not sure if you're familiar with those or not, but they had dead spots in them, and somebody went in and put plaster or whatever, and then found pieces. It was found art, and they filled the holes with just pieces of glass and things they found.
Bits of mosaic. Yeah, I've seen those.
It's kind of the same type of thing. You just think things you have laying around, you put into a piece of art. Is it typically something then you're going to hang on the wall or set on the coffee table?
Well, you could put it on the coffee table for a couple of months or weeks, and then you could also put it right in your bookshelf with your other books, so it would be a little memento.
This sounds like something I could do as well. Again, if people don't think they have a lot of artistic talents, they might discover something. Let's talk about nature journaling. I'm going to guess this is writing, but okay.
Nature journaling is kind of the perfect marriage of traditional artist journal, writing, and then science thrown in. So whether you're interested in the weather, or whether you're interested in lichens or moss, whether you're interested in observing the natural world so that you can paint, sketch landscapes. There's sort of something for everyone. I've worked with scientists all over the world, and each discipline has its own kind of set of things that they have to record in their data observations. And they get really futzy with exactly what they record and how they record it for posterity in their notebooks. So we'll be playing with some of those forms, mixing it with just little prose entries, and we're actually going to be out at the Presque Isle Pavilion doing the workshop right out in nature.
Well, that's cool. I said we're going over some things that that people like to do indoors, but I suggested some of this is going to take you outside too. And now this work is actually on March 2nd, so we're either going to be in the dead of winter or the onset of spring. I'm not sure which it's going to be.
Either people will be wearing their bikinis or they'll be wearing mucklucks again.
We don't know anymore. But basically they're going to record things that they see and discover in nature. And it's not just going out there with a blank piece of paper not knowing what to do. There's actually a template that you're supposed to follow.
And for both workshops, I present a slideshow showing an overview of the history and best examples that I've found, some of my own work, and then just for inspiration. And then we go into the actual hands-on part.
Is there any photography or illustration involved in this, or is that optional?
Well, you know, people who are really interested in photography often will insert actual photos in their nature journals, or scan the actual journal, and then do digital collaging with the image and their handwritten book to kind of embellish it. You can find great examples of nature journaling blogs that kind of combine the handwritten notebook, daily observations, might be the first thing you do in the morning, just note what the weather is and the weather conditions, and then a photograph, and then bring them together in a digital format.
You know, and I think as we get older, we start to think about things that we did or saw or experienced, and I wish I had some kind of a record of those things, and this is a great way to do that.
Yeah, there's that sort of desire to log our daily life. Yeah.
And also, you know, we like to walk in the woods around here, but this kind of makes you a little more attentive, and you might see some things you would not have seen because you're actually looking for different things.
Yeah, and it's perfect for, I think, somebody in the city who is trying to connect with nature more, because it's all around you on different scales, or the lake, you know, but maybe too big to comprehend right away. And then also people who are landowners or interested in science, that's a way to engage with the world and actually observe it in detail over a period of time. People become very passionate and obsessive about nature journaling when they really get into it.
Well, it's a good area for it. Okay, again, bricolage this Saturday. You can make a Valentine for your significant other. And of course, nature journaling coming up Saturday, March 2nd.
Thank you.
They both sound real cool. Kathleen, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Stick around when we come back. Maybe we'll have some singing. Maybe you can even participate in that. We'll see.
Hum.
All right, don't go away.
Thanks.
You'll always save at Saints.
Cousin Paul here. You can trust us. Come in for a visit or check us out at saintsauto.com.
Saints Auto Sales.
We believe success comes through more than just hard work and determination. It's about the belief that you get out of life whatever you put into it. This is why the Gilbert Dairy strives to provide you with the highest quality dairy products possible. And with 70 farms located throughout the Upper Peninsula, Gilbert is more than just a name, it's a lifestyle. So from our family to yours and throughout the communities of the Upper Peninsula, we'd like to thank you for your loyalty and support. Gilbert Dairy is helping the UP grow 1 gallon at a time.
Okay, Again, the Marquette City of Marquette Arts and Culture Center offering a large number of workshops for winter and spring, things that you can do and learn and do with your family and friends, some new experiences. They're all in this brochure. They're also available on the website at mqtcty.org. We're just featuring a few of them tonight, and our next and final one is, in fact, Corinne Rockow with some music. We love to have music on the show. Corinne, this is called Music Garden.
Yes.
All right, what's that?
Yeah, it is a program for children, young children, and their loving caregivers, and in fact, adult participation is encouraged, and they come and we provide a very welcoming and supportive atmosphere for playing with music and movement and chant and playing instruments and dance and storytelling and getting very comfortable with some of the cultural music and movement that
yeah, I know you're an educator and you do a lot of this in the schools, so this is nothing new to you. And it's called music and movement, so it's obviously not just singing, but get the whole body involved there.
Yep.
And in fact, this is for kids age 2 to 6. It's Friday mornings. This workshop goes from March 8th through April 26th. There's a couple Fridays off, but you can get that information once you get started with that. But I bet you have a lot of fun with the kids on this one.
Oh, yeah. Big emphasis on play and just starting from where the kids are and then building on skills from there and just having fun.
Well, since we've been doing this show for more than 2 years now, we've had a large number of people from this area, musicians, both young people and older people. So I thank you for helping get people started at a young age, because that provides so much great music for this community. We have so many talented people. It is. It's really incredible.
Yeah, it really is.
And thanks to people like you, get them started at a young age, the love of it, the talent of it. So it works quite well. This would be a great one for parents or grandparents to come and bring their kids and participate as well. You've got a song for us, a little bit of a sample?
Yeah.
Let's see what we've got here.
We're going to do a Don Spencer song here, and you at home, you can join in with us too. All you got to do is every time I sing, thumbs up, you just sing it right back to me and just stick those thumbs right up in the air. You guys ready? All right, here we go. Here's a new dance that's really neat. Tap your knees to the rhythm of the beat. Everybody ready? 'Cause life is sweet. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
All right. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
You're a friend of mine. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Come on, give me a sign. Give me a sign that you feel fine. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Move your shoulders up and down. Roll your arms around and around. Everybody ready? Let me hear that sound. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Sing along with me. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
You can be happy. Oh, we can be happy if we sing along. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
You can do it in a boat. You can do it in a car. You can do it in a plane when you're traveling far. It's a dance we can do wherever we are. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Woo! Here we go. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
You're a friend of mine. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Come on, give me the sign. Give me the sign that you feel fine. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Do it again. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
This time, do it to a friend. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Now this is the end. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Woo!
All right. Woo-hoo. All right.
When the city seems too far away, discover a place that time forgot, but you never will. The Landmark Inn. We've been waiting for you.
The Doug Garrison Show is brought to you in part by Cliffs Natural Resources, a global mining leader with local investment and impact. Cliffs Natural Resources. And by Reflections Hair Salon, featuring professional stylists, a family-friendly atmosphere, and prices to suit your budget. For an appointment, call Reflections at 226-0175. I want to thank our guest, Tina Harris from the Marquette Arts and Culture Center, workshop instructors, Jason and Kelly Limberg, Kathleen Heideman, and Corinne Rockow. And I want to thank you for joining us at home here on the Doug Garrison Show. See you next week.